Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Bridgeport Rescue Mission.
Thank you. Would you mind doing the name tag for yourself?
How you doing, Gene?
I'm doing good.
All right. We got your stuff all loaded and pre-palletized.
That's
Ready to
perfect.
go today. So,
Nice.
glad. I think we've got,
Turn it around real quick.
yeah, we've got probably, 8 pallets for the soup kitchen and 8 for the food pantry.
Well, we brought 2 trucks.
Okay, that's great.
You don't have to know.
I know.
Hi, are you with him? Great.
Drive the other truck? Yes. Okay, very good.
Good.
You have to be careful on the way home. It's going to be real full.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm Jan Young. I'm the executive director here at Midwest Food Bank New England. Midwest Food Bank was founded in 2003 in Illinois, hence the name Midwest, by a Christian farmer who saw the need in the community around him. He started rescuing food and distributing it. He had no idea that God was really going to bless his operation, and 20 years later there would be 10 divisions of Midwest Food Bank and 2 international divisions. So we have been distributing food in this 55,000 square foot facility here in Manchester since November of 2021. We started out serving 8 agencies and now we're up to 140. We are a volunteer-centric operation. We have had many volunteers in here this year. Volunteers do everything from keeping the books to help repackaging food, to distributing to agencies, to picking it up when we rescue food. We go out of the state quite a bit to bring in food. There is so much, there's over 120 billion pounds of food in America that is thrown away every year. And we are here to bridge the gap between that surplus food and the people who do not have enough. So we are grateful that we have a large facility here. We have many willing volunteers, and we are able to efficiently bring in food, repackage it where we need to, and get it into the hands of those agencies who are distributing it to the people in need. So we're a food bank. We distribute to food pantries, who distribute to individuals. Because of this volunteer-centric model, it's pretty amazing. We are able to turn $1 donated into $30 worth of food distributed. This table right here shows if you donate $50, we are able to distribute over 1,500 pounds of food. You can see here that we've got everything from protein to other around the table, around the plate foods, soup, spaghetti sauce, to snacks, and then some non-food items as well, which we're happy to be able to provide. This is our agency and volunteer break area. We have snacks and drinks. We try to treat all of our agency partners and volunteers with appreciation for all that they do for everyone in the community. Over here to the left, we have a preview table set up. These are items that are available for agencies to select when they are called into the warehouse to shop. Now, there's no charge for anything that they're shopping for, but they have the opportunity to walk down and select the items that we have rescued. We have a lot of different types of food, everything from cereal, drinks, some staples, vegetables, macaroni and cheese, on around to snacks, and some non-food items as well.
Hi, my name is Jermaine Mitchell. I am the unit director at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater New Haven, Wallingford.
And how often do you come here?
I come here once a month.
And what are you shopping for?
So basically we have a bunch of club members and we like to get a lot of snacks, but then we also have families that need, so we get the basic stuff, so whether it's rice, water, napkins, stuff of that nature, that helps the families that come.
I'm Ellen Lamson. I'm from Second Congregational Church here in Manchester, and here to pick up material for our food pantry. We've found this a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to fill in the supplies for our clients that we can't get in other places. Midwest Food Bank has been so supportive of our operation, and we're really thankful for them being here in the community.
Hi, my name is John Pesatoro, and I am the operations manager here at Midwest Food Bank of New England, here in Manchester, Connecticut. And today we are having our second day of our monthly distribution, in which agencies from all over the state, Massachusetts and Rhode Island, come and they pick up free groceries for their pantry, and so that they can give to those in need. They have clients that come and shop and at their pantries, and they get free groceries from them, in which we provide to the pantries. So we have this food donated through many major donors such as Kellogg's, ADUSA. We work with Nestle. We work with Pepperidge Farm. We work with a number of different donors in order to get all this food here. And then all of these people who you see in these vests and whatnot, these are all volunteers. So here at Midwest Food Bank New England, we only have 3 paid employees, and the rest of the work is done with all volunteers. So it's truly incredible. So right here we have one of our volunteers, Sarah Poulin. She is bringing empty carts into our shopping line right here. This is our shopping line, and she's bringing them so that the agency representative can say, I want X amount of this item, X amount of that item, and our volunteers will load them onto the carts for them, bring it over to their vehicle, load it up, and send them on their way. So here are some of our agency vehicles, and for this process they check in at our guard shack out front as soon as they pull in, and then they're going to our waiting area where they can enjoy some free beverages and snacks. And then one of our volunteers will pull in the vehicles, and as we shop, we'll bring the fully loaded carts out to the vehicles, and we'll load them up and pack the vehicles up, and then move them on up and bring the next round of vehicles in. We have a number of different size agencies in which they bring different size vehicles. So we'll load anything from just a 4-door sedan to a 53-foot trailer. Depending on the agency size will really determine their allocation for food and items such as that nature. But yeah, so really there's no too small and there's no too large of an agency. So here we have Jermaine from one of our agency partners shopping with some volunteers, and what he's doing is he is looking at the items that we have available, and he's letting our volunteers know how many of those items he would like. And we have another volunteer putting it on the cart and moving on forward. Here's our warehouse aisles here. Some look a little empty because we have a lot of groceries down pulled for our agencies, but facing forward right here we see one of our 3 sea containers that we have converted into refrigeration and freezer space. So they're all currently full, and we are looking to get at least 2 more in order to store more frozen and refrigerated items in the future.
How do you get your items here?
So we get our items here through a wonderful team of volunteer box truck drivers and CDL drivers. We have 2 box trucks, and we have 1 semi, as well as a reefer trailer and a dry van, which are both 53 foot in length. And we source products mainly from Pennsylvania and along the East Coast all the way up to Maine, and this is all done on a volunteer basis. However, sometimes when our truck is busy and or I can't get volunteers to commit to a load, then I do have to broker a load from time to time, and that gets to be very costly. So we try to be very good stewards of our money, and we are, but that is one cost associated with getting the food here that we just can't avoid sometimes. John here on the forklift, one of our volunteers, grabbing some product that we're getting low on the distribution line, and he's going to replenish it, bring it over, park it, so each agency has a fair chance of getting some great items. So here we are kind of towards the end of our shopping line, and we have some great non-food items currently, such as we have toilet paper, we have some napkins, we have paper towels, we have socks, we have pencil cases going back to school, we have some assorted pet food and pet supplies. We also have hand soap. We have personal hygiene items for females as well as men. And then right over to the left of us here, we have some of our frozen items here that we got from partners such as Kellogg's, Nestle, Trader Joe's, and Coca-Cola. Okay, so our agencies, as they get towards these last items, these are some crucial items. These are our proteins, some frozen foods. We have orange juice and whatnot. And they are sent about a week in advance ahead of their shopping day. They are sent a schedule of what they can expect to shop for. So they need to make sure that they are selecting the right allocation of things so that they're able to fill their pantries with all the basic need items and food that they are able to fit. So they manage that part. We just give them everything that they want. So right now you can see we've got some items on our shelves. We also have some empty shelf spaces. So our biggest need here to make this operation run fully and efficiently is there's three parts, right? So there's monetary, there's food, and there's volunteers. Without any of those three, we cannot make this happen. They're all equally important to make this place a success and to fulfill our agency and partner needs as well as our own. So once again, my name is John Pesatoro. I'm the operations manager here at Midwest Food Bank New England. And we're always looking for more volunteers. We're always looking for monetary donors, and we're always looking for more food. We'd love for you to come work with us and come see what we're all about in person.
So here at Midwest Food Bank, we receive various items that need repackaging. And as you can see, we will receive anything from raw products like pasta to prepackaged things like salad dressing. But when it comes to us in a large container in the hundreds, if not thousands of pounds, it needs to be repackaged in a way that's useful for our end recipient families and individuals. So our volunteers will come in and they'll take something like this container here, and you can see them lined up on the table. They'll organize them and repackage them into smaller boxes that someone could lift and then empty out at either the food pantry to give away or at someone's home in a way that's organized and user-friendly. We also repackage things like pasta. If you were to take a look at some of these, so something like this, for instance, is almost 1,500 pounds of pinto beans, and this was part of a packing program that we have called Tender Mercies. But we receive bags of food just like this, whether it's rice or pasta or even beans or textured vegetable protein items. They'll come to us as a raw product that then needs to be repackaged into a user-friendly, family-friendly meal source. So that's 1,500 pounds, but the rice bags that are similar to that, they'll show up in bags as large as 2,000 pounds, which of course is much too large for an individual to make use of. So we'll have 25 to 30, even 40 volunteers come in at any given time, and they'll work together at a station that we have set up using specific tools and methods to do this in a way that's clean, organized, and food safe. So this is our coffee grinding station. We have received large, full pallets of whole bean coffee that in general isn't the most useful form factor for the people that receive the food. So what we have is a station where volunteers could come in and, utilizing the coffee grinder here, grind up the coffee into smaller volumes, which get repackaged into smaller bags, typical of a grocery store, 14 to 16 ounces worth of coffee, ground up so that when someone receives it as a family or an individual, they can brew it right away. And it's a great activity, albeit a little messy. It's a great activity for a group or an individual to come in and just do for a couple hours at a time if they want something outside of the typical hours that we'll post for volunteer opportunities. So someone could reach out to us and say, hey, I've got 2 or 3 people that are looking for something to do, and this is a great way to spend some time together. So this is a great example of a repackaged bag of pasta. This would have come to us originally in a large cardboard tote in about a volume of 800 pounds, so, or a weight of 800 pounds rather. And so, given that 800 pounds of pasta isn't particularly useful for an individual or family, our volunteers carefully repackage it. They'll weigh these bags and label them according to the ingredients and the best by date. Along with, if necessary, depending on the food, we'll also provide cooking instructions on the label as well. So the work that's done here on the community side eventually prepares the food for distribution on the warehouse side. And when our agencies come through, they've now got a variety of products, some of which came through the volunteer side on the community service side of our facility. They'll have repackaged the food. It's now touched the hands of volunteers who want to be a part of the work being done here at Midwest Food Bank. And now we've safely provided options for distribution on a day like today where we're giving the food away. The space here is a beautiful kitchen / dining area. We use this quite a bit during loadout weeks like this, when we have 40 to 50 volunteers coming in to serve from morning until afternoon. We pause for lunch, and we have volunteers who prepare lunch for the 40 to 50 people who are serving that day. And we do this as a way to take care of and thank our volunteers. So this is in action right now, preparation for lunch this afternoon around noon when we stop and enjoy a meal together. And this is also a space where if a business or a community group or some other organization wanted to come in to borrow this space, we make this available so that they can enjoy together as a company, business, or organization a meal before or after perhaps serving in a community service capacity with Midwest Food Bank. As you can see, we have this large empty space here, but this is a great communal space for anyone interested in maybe expanding what they intend to do with the tables here and beyond, or if they need the empty space to set up for an event or meeting space. We'll utilize this space, for instance, for our fundraiser coming up in the fall. This will be a much fuller looking event space, but we liked having something available if it gave someone the creative latitude for an event or opportunity. We have a beautiful conference room, and this can comfortably accommodate anywhere from, I would say, 5 to 20 people if you put these chairs around the table and needed that many individuals for a meeting space. We've got technology that can hook people up to the internet for virtual meetings and or presentations for PowerPoint or Excel documents being projected onto the screen, all integrated into this space for teleconference purposes. So this is a wonderful opportunity that we get to extend to the community as good neighbors. We don't necessarily utilize this ourselves every day, so if someone inquires and they need or desire maybe a before or after meeting time for a community service event, we can offer this as a space and even the kitchen area as part of a full day experience for a company or organization, which I think really affords them much more convenience rather than having to go back and forth for lunch or their meeting space. They can do it all pretty turnkey right here in our own space. So at Midwest Food Bank, we desire to offer a world-class volunteer experience. And part of that experience is making it easy for individuals to access what opportunities are available and to actually sign up for those opportunities as well. We have a system called Golden, which hosts all of our volunteer opportunities and also captures the volunteer demographic information, allows them to create accounts so that when they want to view and sign up for something, it's a fairly quick process to identify that opportunity, register for it, show up here, and on this side of it, it hosts a check-in screen so that when they show up, they find their name, they press the check-in button, and when it concludes, they press checkout right here as well, which captures the amount of hours that are being donated to the organization in the form of volunteer hours over the course of a week, month, and year. And that tells us a little bit more about the efficiency of our organization, which will be detailed even further over at this table.
And how do volunteers sign up?
So a volunteer would sign up. We have a couple different ways, but one of which is if you go to Golden's website, you can type in the zip code for where you live, and we would show up as one of those options. Alternatively, if you contacted myself or if you contacted one of the staff members, we could send you an email with a direct link for a particular opportunity that you could sign up for, whether that's loadout, giving the food away to agencies, or a volunteer food repackage opportunity, grinding coffee, whatever it is, I can send direct links for those specific items.
As inflation has risen, there are many people who at the end of the month have to decide, am I going to pay my rent or my electricity bill, or am I going to go buy food? And the number of people that have to make that choice has continued to increase here in Connecticut. 1 out of 10 people are food insecure. The pantries that we serve have just noticed up to a 20% increase in clientele. And so the need in Connecticut has continued to arise. We started out with those original 8 agencies over word of mouth. That just has continued to spread. We now have a waiting list of agencies that would like to come here for food, but we need to ensure that we have the funding to continue to operate before we can grow. Don't want to penalize the agencies that we've got with their increased need as we continue adding, but certainly around the state of Connecticut and beyond in New England, the need has just continued to grow, and we are grateful to be here to be able to help meet that. So we have a website, midwestfoodbank.org/New England. You can go on there and find volunteer opportunities. You can schedule a group to come in, and you can donate. We have 3 major inputs here at Midwest Food Bank. We get donations of volunteer time, we get donations of food, but without operating money to pay our rent, we only have 3 paid employees here, and turnaround and the incoming transportation to run our freezers and coolers, it adds up. And so we are very appreciative of donations. 99.4 cents out of every dollar goes directly to our feeding program. So we work very hard to steward donations wisely, and we're very appreciative of them. We have a set and forget share partner program where you can just put $25 on your credit card a month, and that provides us with ongoing operating money. We are grateful for the local businesses that have supported us, and we're really excited. On October 26th, we're having our first major public fundraising event. We are having a fine dining farm-to-table dinner, a silent and live auction, and we are blessed to have keynote speaker Ginu Ariema coming to share the evening with us. So we have opportunities for businesses to sponsor this event, and we also have tickets for sale, again, at our website at midwestfoodbank.org/New England.